Hello everyone, especially for this video, at the meat processing plant, I ordered a 2-meter stick of bologna. You can't just buy this in a store, so many thanks to the guys from the meat processing plant who took up this job. Let's take off the package. As I said, the length of this bologna is exactly 2 meters, and the weight is slightly more than 10 kilograms. Today we will check to see how many sandwiches we can make from it. Write your guesses in the comments. I think there will definitely be 400 pieces. For a convenient operation, we will cut the bologna into shorter segments. Let's take the first piece over to the slicer. It's a super precise slicer. We set the thickness of the slice to 3 millimeters. And we cut the bologna into perfect slices, just like in the supermarket. In just a minute, the first piece of bologna is sliced. We transfer the slices to the gastro capacity. Let's move on to the next piece. And just like this until the whole 2-meter bologna is finished. We managed to fill an entire gastro capacity with perfect slices, but that's not it. For sandwiches, you obviously need sauce, and you will need 2 buckets of mayonnaise to make it. We pour them into a gastro capacity. Next, open a whole bucket of ketchup and pour it over the mayonnaise. The third ingredient is American mustard. Let's open up 2 small buckets. And a very important ingredient is the spicy horseradish. 2 small cans are enough. We send it into the sauce, and it will add piquancy. Pickles are next in line, so we take them out of the jar, and we dump them into a blender. Also add in some brine, and chop the pickles into a very fine fraction. Done. You can add this to the sauce. Also, you need 2 hefty bunches of parsley for the sauce. We cut it off from the thick stems. After that, we cut it. Yeah, just a small fraction like this. We transfer this all over to the gastro capacity. And the final ingredient is dried onion. It remains only to mix all the ingredients well in the gastro capacity. That's it, the perfect sandwich sauce is ready. The next step is caramelized onions. We take 1 onion, cut off its root, tail, and in half. Now you can easily peel off the husk. That way we will clean a whole box of onions. We will prepare a clean container. Now the slicing stage. Just chop the onion into half rings. We dump what we got out into a container. And we will continue until we chop all the onions. As a result, the container is almost filled with half rings. we're going to fry up the onions in a cauldron. We will stir it periodically so that it does not burn. And to make it caramelized, add a lot of sugar. It will mix with onion juice, after which it will turn into a syrup. We continue to cook the onion until it is a beautiful brown color. After another half hour, it's ready. We transfer this into a gastro capacity. From a whole box of onions, this is quite a bit. Cheese is added to almost all of the sandwiches, so we will not depart from this concept. We open up the mozzarella bricks. And we will also cut them on a slicer. Only here we will set the thickness to 2 millimeters, and you can turn it on. We put the slices of cheese in the gastro capacity and continue slicing. Exactly 8 kilograms of cheese slices have been ready. We want to make egg sandwiches, so we bought as many as 660 eggs. We will cook them on such a special heated surface. First, drizzle it with oil. Turn it on high heat. And crack open some eggs. "15 eggs will fit on it perfectly at once. And to make them delicious, we will also definitely add salt. And after a couple of minutes, we turn it over to speed up the process. Literally a minute later, they are ready. We remove it from the stove and transfer them to the gastro capacity. To speed up the process even more, we will fry on 2 machines at once. The technology is exactly the same. Sprinkle with oil. Crack some eggs. A smaller one will fit here perfectly. We also salt them. Turn them over. And take them off. We continue until all of the egg trays are empty. And this took us a whole 4 hours. By the end, I learned how to crack eggs super neatly in such a way that as many as 25 pieces fit on the fatty surface at one time. As a result, we filled 2 gastro containers and a tray with a slide of fried eggs. One of the main components of a sandwich is toasted bread. We need a lot of it, and it's necessary to make it crispy. Therefore, we pour it on the heated surface and spread it over its entire area. This took as much as 1.5 packs. Sprinkle them with butter for a crispier crust. And after 20 seconds, we turn them over. The result is super beautiful golden toasts. In another 20 seconds, they're ready. Therefore, we quickly remove them. And we put them out on paper towels so that the condensation does not form. The layer is filled with fried toasts. Therefore, we cover it up with paper towels on top. And we continue to fry the bread until it's all over. There are as many as 1,300 fried pieces of bread here, and they are all crispy. The final ingredient is tomatoes. Install the slicer and cut it into slices as well. Put the ready-made slices in the gastro capacity. And we continue until the whole box is emptied. The tomatoes are sliced, which means everything is ready. The sauce is mixed, the onions in place, the tomatoes too, a slice of cheese, and there are 3 containers with eggs, a bologna, and a huge amount of bread. Let's start with the bologna. We spread 1 slice on each piece of bread. We will fill exactly half of the bread from the entire layer with the filling. Next comes the cheese. Also 1 slice per sandwich. Followed by tomatoes, 1 at a time. How convenient it is to assemble sandwiches after the slicer. Everything is a perfect thickness. Next, the caramelized onions, but a little bit in each sandwich. There you go. For juiciness, add the sauce. Perfect. And the last of the fillings is the egg. 1 for each sandwich. Now you just need to cover it up with pieces of crispy bread on top. The first layer of sandwiches is ready. We transfer them to the table from behind. And we move on to the next layers. We worked like a real conveyor belt and quickly laid out all the filling on the sandwiches. It took us 4 hours to assemble all the sandwiches, and finally they are ready. In total, from 1 bologna 2 meters long, we got exactly 660 sandwiches. In general, we spent 2 whole days preparing these sandwiches. And now the most interesting thing is it profitable to cook such sandwiches at home, or is it cheaper to buy? We counted all the products, and the cost of these sandwiches is only $332. If you buy 660 sandwiches in the store, even with the worst filling, it will cost as much as $1,265. The difference is really big. So let's take a look at our sandwich in this section. There are really a lot of different fillings here. Let's try it. Okay, this is a really tasty sandwich. We plan to send them to children in need. Therefore, for convenience, we will wrap each sandwich in foil. Done. Now you can put them in boxes. And we load them into the car. The sandwiches arrived at the children's house just in time for dinner. I think they were pretty happy. And if this video gets 200,000 likes, then we will continue this column. Write in the comments what else you would like to see in this format and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Bye everybody!